One of the toughest jobs of being an actor in India has to be handling press interviews. To be at your best behavior, cool, calm and collected when you're asked a range of invasive and inappropriate questions is extremely tough. Sometimes these lead to highly uncomfortable situations. So here is Tried and Refused Productions with 8 most awkward Bollywood interviews. Number 8 goes to Rakhi Sawant. Post the shocking news of Pratyusha Banerjee's suicide, Rakhi Sawant had held a press conference with various media outlets, and to everyone's surprise and curiosity, Rakhi had a ceiling fan right next to her. What followed was a series of strange and insane statements by the over-the-top celebrity.
घर-घर से ऐसे फैन हटाना, सीलिंग फैन हटाना ज्यादा जरूरी है और मोदी जी से रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहती हूँ कि घर-घर में से सीलिंग फैन हटा दिया जाए। जान है तो जहान है।
Sawant on Tuesday said that the banning of ceiling fans from homes is more important than chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai. According to the press conference, she urged people to use a table fan or an air conditioner instead of a ceiling fan. You can make sure you're always in for a treat when she sets up for any kind of interview.
जान है तो जहान है। जान है तो जहान है।
Number 7 goes to Raveena Tandon. To be in the right space coupled by constant media attention is extremely tough. Raveena Tandon at a media event seemed to be frustrated with the way media turns things and seemed to have a one-on-one discussion on the bizarre and ridiculous nature of the tabloids. What goes on is a full-on rant about the media's coverage of her on the fashion police.
And said, God, how can she dress like this at an event? I mean, are you all crazy? I can't wear a ghagra choli, which I'm shooting like a gaon wali, go to an event. So now I've stopped. If I'm in a costume, I'm not comfortable, I don't care.
To make matters worse, Raveena Tandon thought throughout that her venting was not being recorded.
Record to nahi kar raha.
Trust the media, it will never disappoint to record celebrities in their most vulnerable state. Number 6 goes to Anurag Kashyap. Anurag Kashyap at the book launch of Huddle by C.P. Surendran. After a very open and candid panel discussion about the book, Anurag Kashyap did the usual media Q&A session. But what was supposed to be a civil affair led to an unnecessary scuffle between him and an interviewer. The interviewer, after asking him whether he was displeased by certain profanities in the book, was called to show his face and have an open discussion with the press beside him.
उनकी हर चीज से सहमत हूँ, उनकी किताब से सहमत हूँ। आप जो है दूसरों के शब्द मेरे मुंह में क्यों ठूसना चाह रहे हैं, मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ। नहीं, आप इस तरह से सवाल करेंगे, मैं आपके आज मैं आपका नाम लेके आपको बैन करूंगा, क्योंकि आप जबरदस्ती के सवाल पूछते हैं और जबरदस्ती आप उसको कंट्रोवर्सी बनाते हैं। आप अपनी शक्ल दिखाई मीडिया के सामने, आइए इधर आइए, ये आप सवाल पूछिए मुझसे, चलिए खड़े हो।
There is something called as oversexed and written in the book.
Not only did this lead to an awkward and uncomfortable conversation, but the interviewer gets schooled with his lack of knowledge and urgency to create controversy.
The discussion that happened here.
No. Have you read the book?
No, I have not. I will
read the book. No, then ask the question. तुम्हारी वजह से क्या हो चुका ना, बात करने का मन नहीं करता.
Number 5 goes to Alia Bhatt. Something that seems to have never left Alia Bhatt whenever she does interviews is the parading general knowledge questions due to her big slip-up in Coffee with Karan. A person can only handle repetition and condescension for so long. At a red carpet interview during an award show, an interviewer confronted her asking whether she knew why Holi was celebrated.
तुम्हें साउथ अफ्रीका का प्रेसिडेंट पता है? हाँ, सिंगापुर का प्रेसिडेंट पता है? हाँ, चाइना का प्रेसिडेंट? Don't ask if you don't know, bro.
What followed was Alia Bhatt clearly having had enough. These media outlets really know how to push the right buttons. Number 4 goes to Kabir Khan during a press conference of Phantom. At a press conference with his actors Saif Ali Khan and Katrina Kaif, the team was constantly bashed on making anti-Pakistan movies, which wasn't the case at all. Even after reiterating that only certain factions of Pakistan represent extremism and anti-India sentiments, one individual completely lost it at this statement, thinking Kabir Khan stated that there were terrorist elements in India.
I said extremist elements. Sorry? Name who?
1 second. I think
first.
Just a minute, sir.
First, 1 sec. Listen. First, do not talk to me like that. I do not appreciate it. Okay? Come over here. Let me see your face and have a normal conversation. Do not get into this.
Taking it way out of proportion and just bombarding the proceedings with shouting. Talk about creating a scene. Number 3 goes to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan on David Letterman. This is one interview which is a blast from the past. At this time, Aishwarya Rai was buzzing on the international scene with Oprah interviews and many offers to star in Hollywood movies. When she was called to David Letterman to talk about her movie Bride and Prejudice, what could have been a fun discourse with an old white man and a beautiful and more importantly intelligent Indian woman turned out to be a patronizing and douchey interview.
Language, yeah.
And how many languages do you speak?
Well, I can speak about 4 languages.
What are those?
And Hindi, Marathi, my mother tongue Tulu, and broken Tamil as well.
Wow. It's just crazy because here in the United States, we speak English. I'm right about this. Globally, you're an enormous star, aren't you? You could go to any place on the globe.
No, it just evokes from you, so.
No. But now, how did you get into your first... by the way, do you live with your parents? Is that true?
Yes.
Now, is that common in India for older children to live with their parents?
What has to be said is that Aishwarya Rai was as graceful as ever and was a very charming representative of the rich and diverse country.
It's fine to live with your parents because it's also common in India that we don't have to take appointments with our parents to meet for dinner. So.
Oh.
Number 2 goes to Salman and Sohail Khan on Seedhi Baat. Doing media interviews to promote a movie has to be one of the most exhausting tasks ever. But when Sohail and Salman Khan came on Aaj Tak to promote their movie Jai Ho, the interviewer Rahul Kanwal definitely didn't care about the movie and wanted to focus on more controversial matters, blaming Salman Khan to be a sellout and not having any social responsibility by performing in places where there is heavy social and political unrest.
वहाँ पे इतने बड़े दंगे हुए, जब महिलाओं का रेप हो रहा है, जब सर्दी में लोग मर रहे हैं, सलमान क्यों नाच रहे हैं सफेद में?
What ends up happening is Salman Khan schooling the interviewer about media malpractices, his own philanthropic work, and the unnecessary urge for the people to stir controversy.
क्या पैसे ही सब कुछ है? सर, क्या आपकी सहानुभूति नहीं होनी चाहिए उन लोगों के प्रति?
सर, कमाल है कि आप यहाँ पर किस लिए हो? क्या पैसे नहीं लेते? Our job is to entertain. जो पैसे हमने कमाए थे, वो वहीं पर छोड़ आए और ये इस वक्त की बात नहीं है. Before.
नहीं, बवाल खड़ा होने के बाद कि पहले?
पहले. We have taken care of about 250 heart patients, their kids.
You have to see this for yourselves, for the sheer way the interviewer gets wrecked. Number 1 goes to Sunny Leone's interview on CNN IBN. What has to be hands down one of the most embarrassing and cringe-worthy interviews is the CNN IBN interview of Sunny Leone by Bhupendra Chaubey. A close to 20-minute interview with questions that are offensive, sexist, misquoted and downright uncalled for is one of the toughest interviews to watch. He blames her for choosing the path of her career, how her past would be nothing but a problem for her Bollywood career, and also states how her existence pollutes the minds of husbands in India.
Wouldn't.
So you would want to work with Amir, but Amir would not want to work with
Well, I have no idea. You'd have to ask.
How would this reflect on you then? Other side, there are some who believe that if Sunny Leone is becoming this brand ambassador of sorts of this new India, then it's a very dangerous trend to have.
The interviewer was a clear reflection of not what India thinks, but the interviewer's own regressive views and insecurities. Not only does Sunny Leone handle the interview with grace and a sense of calmness, but post the interview, the social media support that the fraternity provided her only shed light at the disgusting and offensive questioning by the media outlet. Well, that was the list. Write it down in the comments below what you thought of the list and if there are any other cringeworthy or awkward interviews that you have seen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for weekly content ahead. Keep on watching.